Forget everything you think you know about the Dead Sea Scrolls. Brand new findings from recent cave expeditions are about to completely shatter what we thought we knew about these ancient mysteries. We're talking about never-before-seen archaeological evidence that's giving us revolutionary insights into these 2,000-year-old writings. This isn't just dusty history. This is breaking news from the ancient world, and it's going to blow your mind. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why archaeologists are calling this the most significant discovery in 60 years. And if you're as fascinated by these ancient mysteries as I am, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button right now to support the channel, and make sure to subscribe with the notification bell turned on. We're constantly uncovering incredible archaeological stories that you definitely don't want to miss. Picture this. You're rappelling down a sheer cliff face in the Judean Desert, dangling 260 feet above the ground. Below you, a cave that hasn't been touched by human hands for nearly 2,000 years. This is exactly what happened in 2019 when Israeli archaeologists made a discovery that would change everything we know about the Dead Sea Scrolls. The cave they entered wasn't just any cave, it was the infamous Cave of Horror, named after the grim discovery of 40 skeletons found there in the 1960s. But this time, instead of tragedy, they found treasure. Now you might be thinking, haven't we already found all the Dead Sea Scrolls? That's exactly what researchers thought too. The original scrolls were discovered between 1946 and 1956 by Bedouin shepherds in the Qumran caves. Those discoveries revolutionized our understanding of ancient Judaism and early Christianity. But here's the thing, the Judean Desert is vast, and it's been hiding secrets for centuries. What makes these new discoveries different? For the first time in 60 years, archaeologists found actual scroll fragments with readable text. Not pottery shards, not tools, but actual pieces of ancient manuscripts that someone carefully hid away during one of the most turbulent periods in Jewish history. So what exactly did they find in this death-defying expedition? The haul was absolutely incredible. First, the star of the show, dozens of scroll fragments containing Greek translations of the biblical books of Zechariah and Nahum, believed to have been hidden during the Bar Kokhba revolt between 132 and 136 CE. These aren't just any fragments, they're written in Greek, which tells us something fascinating about the people who hid them. But wait, there's more. The archaeologists also discovered what experts are calling the world's oldest woven basket, a 10,500-year-old masterpiece of ancient craftsmanship. Imagine, this basket was already ancient when the pyramids were being built. The most haunting discovery? A 6,000-year-old partially mummified skeleton of a child, wrapped in cloth, with skin, tendons, and hair still preserved. Now comes the detective work, and this is where things get really exciting. What are these ancient fragments actually telling us? The Zechariah and Nahum fragments are written in Greek, but here's the twist. They show slight variations from the standard Greek translation we know today. These tiny differences are like archaeological gold because they give us clues about how these texts were transmitted and modified over centuries. But here's what's really mind-blowing. These Greek fragments from Jewish hands add to the very limited corpus of biblical texts from this early period, helping scholars understand the transmission of biblical text through the centuries. Remember, we're talking about the time of the Bar Kokhba revolt, the last major Jewish uprising against Rome. These scrolls weren't just religious texts, they were symbols of cultural resistance. Recent scientific analysis has revealed even more surprises. In 2025, researchers used AI-based date prediction models combined with radiocarbon dating on samples from 30 scrolls, determining that many biblical manuscripts are older than once thought. This AI analysis is literally rewriting the timeline of when these texts were created. These discoveries aren't just adding footnotes to history books, they're forcing us to rewrite entire chapters. First, these finds are changing our understanding of the Bar Kokhba revolt. This wasn't just a military uprising, it was a cultural war. The fact that people were hiding Greek translations of Hebrew texts tells us about the complex religious landscape of the time. Second, The Cave of Horror discoveries are reshaping our understanding of how biblical texts were preserved and transmitted. For centuries, scholars debated whether ancient scribes copied texts exactly or allowed for variations. These fragments prove that even small changes occurred, giving us a more nuanced picture of how our modern Bible came to be. Think about it. Someone nearly 2,000 years ago made the same decision we might make today if our most precious possessions were threatened. They hid them somewhere safe, hoping to return someday. They never did return, but their hidden treasure survived to tell their story to us. And speaking of discoveries, if you're discovering value in this video, hit that like button right now. It helps more people uncover these incredible archaeological stories. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell, because trust me, we're just scratching the surface of what these ancient caves are revealing. So where do we go from here? The Cave of Horror discoveries have opened up entirely new possibilities for archaeological exploration in the region. Right now, international teams are using cutting-edge technology that would make Indiana Jones jealous. Ground-penetrating radar is mapping cave systems that haven't been explored. Drones equipped with thermal imaging are identifying potential archaeological sites from above. But here's what really gets me excited. We're probably looking at just the tip of the iceberg. New finds are continuing to come to light from caves in the region, 60 years after some of the greatest discoveries in biblical archaeology. Each expedition reveals new pieces of the puzzle. And here's the question that keeps archaeologists awake at night. What other caves are out there, sealed for centuries, waiting for the right team to rappel down and unlock their secrets? What other stories are these desert cliffs hiding? The Dead Sea Scrolls have already rewritten our understanding of ancient history once. Based on what we've discovered in just the past few years, they're about to do it again. The ancient world isn't as distant as we think. It's speaking to us right now, one carefully preserved fragment at a time. Before we wrap up, if this journey through ancient mysteries fascinated you, smash that like button and subscribe with notifications on. Because every week we're diving deeper into archaeological discoveries that are literally rewriting history books. You won't want to miss what we uncover next. What discoveries do you think are still waiting out there in those desert caves? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe because the story of the Dead Sea Scrolls is far from over. The next expedition could uncover manuscripts that completely change our understanding of ancient civilizations. Imagine finding lost gospels, forgotten histories, or texts that bridge gaps between cultures we thought were separate. Every cave holds potential answers to questions we didn't even know we should be asking.